Alright, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. If you're going to tell already, we talk about anything and all things photography on this channel. Now, I know that this setting is not what you're going to see in the rest of the video, but, well, I had an intro recorded, but the camera didn't pick it up, or at least I thought I had an intro recorded, but the camera didn't pick it up. It was really cold and windy on the day that I filmed this video. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about, or I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips, or 5 things you should know when working with speed lights. Now, speed lights are the external flashes that mount on top of your camera. So this video is not going to talk about the external studio lighting that you mount up on a stand, that you mount up on a C-stand. That might be another video for another day. So let's get into our first tip. So my first tip is adjust the settings for exposure in your camera before mounting your speed light, or at least before turning it on. You want to do this so you ensure that you're capturing the correct amount of ambient light in your setting. Now this it's going to help you control your lighting in your photos. My second tip is don't forget to compensate for the external flash. What I mean by this is you're going to want to adjust your settings, your camera settings, to compensate for the added light. Now, the way that you compensate, or the amount that you compensate, is going to vary from speed light to speed light, because some speed lights articulate a lot more than other ones. This is common when talking about newer speed lights versus older ones. The one that I have in my hand right here is an Olympus T20 from the 1970s. It does not compensate very well. It definitely does not compensate or articulate it as much as a lot of the newer speedlights do. Now, for this speedlight in particular, I find that I have to adjust my camera settings by lowering them at about 1 stop the aperture, or by decreasing it, or by shrinking the aperture by 1 stop. Now, I will say this: when you compensate for the external flash, you're going to lose some of the ambient lighting. Like I said, you're going to lose about 1 stop. Well, maybe more like a half stop, because the light from the speed light is going to fill in some of the lost ambient lighting. So you're going to lose some ambient lighting, but not a ton. My next tip for using external speed lights is control the light as much as possible. A lot of the newer speed lights make this really easy, because they have these little reflectors that reflect some of the light that, if you have or if your speed light has one of those reflectors, use it whenever applicable. Use it as much as possible, as long as you're going to get a good image. You want to redirect it towards the subject as much as possible, because you really want to get the catch lights in their eyes, and it's going to make your portraits that much better, if you're shooting portraits, that is. Alright, so my next tip is going to be, or is going to apply to anytime you're shooting portraits, whether you're using the external flash or not. But you should really use one of these. If you don't know what this is called a gray card. What it does is it helps you ensure that you're getting the correct color balance in your photos. It's gonna help you control your light in the image just a little bit better, and it's gonna help you ensure that you're getting the correct colors. If you don't have a gray card on hand, you can use something called you can use what's known as a known white. Now, if you're going to use a known white, do not think that everything that's white is a known white. Known whites can also help you get the correct color balance in your images. Now, my fifth and final tip of the video is know the controls of your speed light. Some speed lights are going to be rather complex. Some of them are going to be a little simpler. Now, I mentioned earlier that some speed lights articulate quite well and others do not. And well, you need to know how to articulate your speed light if you're using one that articulates it. Because if you know how to properly use your speed light, you're not going to have to compensate as much in the camera. And it's just going to make your job as a photographer just a little bit easier. Alright, so those were 5 tips on how to use an external speed light as a photographer. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video, follow me on social media. It's all going to be linked down below. I'll catch you all next time. Bye.